Hello, my name is Gladys Herrera-Berkowitz, and I'm the Director of Engaged Learning. Today, I'm going to talk to you about preparing for your presentation at the Undergraduate Research and Creative Activities Symposium. First off, I want to congratulate you for being proactive in getting involved in undergraduate research. Research is a hallmark of research institutions like UC Riverside, and at Riverside, we're really happy to have faculty members who really care about working with students and training them in this endeavor of research and discovery. We are also very proud of the students who have been proactive in reaching out to faculty, conceptualizing ideas, working on developing protocols, analysis, and experiments to push their research forward, to gather new information that's going to contribute to that discipline. So this is an important thing to be involved in, and also that you're going to gain skills that will be useful to you throughout your career. So congratulations on getting involved. This year, we have a few modalities in which students will be presenting, and I'm going to go over each one of them and share with you resources as you prepare for your presentation. So we are hosting oral presentations live on Zoom. There are two primary categories. One is emerging research and creative projects. In this category, students will be allocated 10 minutes to do their presentation, followed by 5 minutes of question and answer. And you will have possibly up to 4 students presenting in your session. Completed research will be allocated 15 minutes for presentation and 5 minutes of question and answer. And there could be up to 3 presenters per hour. We're also very excited that this year we will be hosting our poster sessions in person by the Bell Tower. This is a great opportunity to bring friends and family to our campus to learn about the research that all students are doing. Poster sessions are exciting because it's an opportunity to be very interactive. You're going to get lots of questions. And again, we want to learn about what you've been doing in your research and your discoveries. So congratulations. And I will talk more about expectations for that category in the later slides. You have all received an email giving you a link to our symposium resource page. This is an important web page that will answer most of your questions, and I highly encourage you to bookmark this so that you have references to go to. As you can see here, the homepage will give you general information about the symposium. More importantly, we have your schedule online. So for those of you that are presenting either on Zoom or in person, please share this link with your friends and family. For friends that are joining Zoom sessions, they'll need to register to get the Zoom link. And then for friends that are coming to campus to see your presentation, they will know what time you're presenting. You will receive an email guiding you on how parking and directions to get your family to your presentation. So do keep that in mind. As you see here, there's also pages for resources for oral presenters and poster presenters. So I'll go through what you need to be looking for in those categories. Additionally, there's some resources for the moderators. And lastly, there are some videos to talk to you about how to leverage your research. Research can open up lots of doors for you. So whether it's preparing you for graduate or professional schools, funding to support your research, building your resume, and applying for award opportunities. Take a look at that, and again, try and take advantage of all of the opportunities that are being opened up for you. So here's the expectations for the oral presentations. The presentations, as I mentioned, have set times, and there's a certain number of presenters in each session. There will be a moderator who will facilitate the talks and move things along. All of the live presentations are required to be recorded. So you will be recording your session. In that resource page, we will have a link to a Google Drive, and we will instruct you on how to save your presentation. So it's going to be really important that you download your presentation and that you make sure that you click the button that says that anyone with the link can view your presentation. Here's some general tips for preparing for your presentation. Number one, make sure that you update your Zoom. That will allow you to use all of the tools that are available using this platform. We also ask that you dress in a professional attire, business attire. You're representing your research. This is a serious event, so we want to make sure that you are putting forth a professional image. Keep your cameras on during this entire session. Also, use the virtual background similar to what I have here, and make sure that you're in a quiet space, that there's not going to be any distractions while you're doing your presentation. And you must remain in your session for the entire hour that you signed up for. Lastly, be respectful of your co-presenters. Listen to their presentation, take notes, prepare some questions. When the facilitator starts the question and answer session, sometimes people will immediately start asking questions and it'll be nice and interactive. Other times you have a quiet audience. So it is your responsibility as a co-presenter to show respect of your other presenters and ask them questions about their research. Show your interest. The other thing is, as you're preparing your PowerPoint, make sure that you are consulting with your faculty mentor, research teammates, friends, family. Have people look at your presentation and give you advice. One of the main things is that you want to make sure that you are having minimal text on your slides. These should be reminders of what you want to touch on, but you're the expert in your research. We want to hear from you. We don't want to be distracted by reading lots of text that's on your image. So those are little small tips that you should keep in mind. Also, make sure that you have references and that you highlight those. Additionally, at the end of your presentation, you should have an acknowledgement page, and this is where you thank the people that have helped you in your research. If you have been funded by your research, that's where you want to acknowledge whatever program has provided funding to move your research forward. Okay, the virtual background. Again, make sure that you have the latest version of Zoom. There's a link on the resource page for you to check that. Once you have that, you want to go into the page that has all of the virtual backgrounds. You should choose a virtual background that represents the college in which you are doing your research in. Save that on your computer. Then you want to go into Zoom, and there is a little settings icon on your main page. Click that, and then that will take you to this page, and you want to go to the background and filter section. Once you're there, select the little plus sign, and that will allow you to look through your computer to find that virtual background that you saved. Once you find it, you select it, and this will put the image into your virtual backgrounds on Zoom. Also, please remember to click the little button at the bottom that says Mirror My Video. When you open up your Zoom virtual background, you will see it in reverse. So that's the mirror part of it. Your audience will see it in the correct format. Okay, we are also requiring all of the oral presentation presenters to have a first slide. Your first deck slide should look like this. Again, you can find this on your resource page. Download this, put it on your slide deck as a very first one. We want you to have your first name, last name, and your major. Please make sure that you spell your major out. We don't want any acronyms. And then put your presentation title. We also want you to have the title of your college. And again, this is the college where you're doing your research in. And then your session and track number. You can get this information from the schedule. All right. On the day of your presentation, number one, you have been given an email that has the link to get into the session that you've been scheduled to present in. It is very important that you save that link and you have access to it, because that will allow you to come into the Zoom room and bypass the waiting room. You are right now, we've listed you as a co-host. So you must plan to be there 15 minutes before the session starts. And this is really important because there's a lot of logistics that have to take place before we start your presentation. So when you arrive, you will see a screen similar to what you see here, and you will see track numbers with your name on it. Join that breakout room. Once you're in the breakout room, You will meet your moderator and your co-presenters. You're going to take a few minutes to kind of get to know each other, talk about the introductions that you've provided us, test out your presentation. So we're going to ask each of you to share your presentation, do a test recording, and make sure everything's working right. You will also, at that point, determine the order in which the presentations will take place. If there's any technical issues, this is the time that we want to make sure that we have enough time to take care of those issues. So again, make sure that you show up 15 minutes before your presentation time. Your presentation starts. Your moderator is going to introduce you. And as the person is introducing you, you want to open up your presentation and your slide deck. Introduce you, and that's what you want to start recording. Introduce yourself, give your name, major, faculty, mentor's name, the title of your talk. Track your time. You want to make sure that you stay within the allocated time for your presentation. Your moderator will also send you a chat a minute before your presentation time is up. And we do want to make sure that you are respectful of your fellow presenters and stay within that time frame. When your presentation is over, you want to stop your recording. We do not want to record the question and answer session. At that point, your moderator will facilitate the question and answer session. Here's just a quick run through of how you want to record. So when you start, you either will see a record button at the bottom or the top of your screen, or you will need to go to the three little buttons that say more, and you may find the recording button there. You will then have the option to either record to your computer or to the cloud. I recommend that you record to the cloud. That way you don't have any issues with not having enough memory on your computer or anything else that happens. Once you select where you want your recording to go, you'll get a message where it's confirming. You'll say yes. And then you will go through your presentation. Again, at the end of your presentation, you want to hit the stop record button, and we do not want to record the question and answer section. At the end of your presentation session, you will get a message either via email or on your computer telling you that your recording is complete and available for you. If you have recorded to your computer, you will go to your document section. You should have a folder for Zoom, and within that folder, you'll find your recording. If you recorded to the cloud, you will have either a link to get it, you'll get an email, or you just go straight to your UCR Zoom account, log in, and you'll find your recordings. When you download your recording, make sure that you select the button that says that anyone who has that link can view your recording. We also want to make sure that when you download your recording, you save it as follows: your track number and your last name. In the resource page, you will find a link to our Google Drive, and you will put your recording either in the Emerging and Creative Activities folder or the Completed Research folder. We will share these recordings with our campus community after the symposium is done, and we'll also have it on our YouTube channel. Okay, poster presentation. So again, we're really happy to be able to do this in person, and we're excited because this is a great opportunity for us to come and in person talk to you about your research and ask questions. So congratulations in participating. We're going to host this in the Pierce Lawn near the Bell Tower. And as I mentioned, please make sure that you invite friends and family to come join us. The printing. So in the poster resource page, you will find information about companies that print posters and approximately what the costs are. All presenters are responsible for printing their posters and paying for that. The symposium doesn't cover that. I highly encourage you to get your posters printed as early as possible. Depending on the company that you're using to print, they may be overwhelmed with other projects. So you don't want to find yourself in a position that they're not going to be able to print on time. So I highly recommend that you work on your poster and get it printed at least 2 days before the poster presentation session occurs. We recommend that you print a 36 by 48 poster. But again, you want to check with your faculty mentor because depending on disciplines, there's some variety in sizes that are appropriate. If you're thinking about maybe presenting the same research at another conference, maybe they have a different size that they're requiring. So we're flexible, but again, our recommendation is 36 by 48. You also should plan to drop off your poster early. In the resource page, we indicate the time that you should be dropping off your poster depending on what session you're presenting in. Please understand that we have over 100 poster presenters. So it's important that you get there early so that there's enough time to hang your poster and make sure that all the logistics are clear. We will have push pins available, so all you have to do is bring your poster. When you arrive, go to the registration table. We will tell you where your poster needs to go. Everybody has an assigned location. So that's important. The other thing is when you're done with your presentation, please make sure that you take your poster with you. There's so much going on that we're not responsible for the posters getting lost or damaged. So we highly encourage you to take them with you. Expectations for presenting with your poster. Again, similar to the students that are doing oral presentations, all presenters are required to be at the session for the entire time that you signed up for. We are asking that you dress in business casual. Again, this is a representation of your research. You want to show professionalism. With poster sessions, you're going to have people coming and going. It is your responsibility to reach out and ask people if they're interested in hearing about your research project. Bring them in with a little elevator pitch about how cool your research is. Once they're in, then go through your whole presentation. Ask your faculty mentor in your discipline, what's the appropriate time for a poster presentation? This can range anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes. So it is up to your mentor to guide you on how much time you have to present your poster. Be prepared for questions. So I highly encourage you to practice your presentation again with your faculty mentor or your research team or friends and family, and have those individuals ask you questions so that you know what is likely to come up. You're not going to be prepared for every single question. I assure you that somebody's going to ask you something that you hadn't thought about, and that's okay. I encourage you to have a notepad and jot down the question and be honest and say, I don't know the answer to that, or I hadn't thought about that, but I'm going to follow up with my faculty mentor. And that's a great answer to have. And again, take those notes, talk to your faculty. This is all about growth. And the poster sessions are really exciting because you have people from different disciplines who are coming to listen to your work. They may think about your research in a different way that you hadn't. So take advantage of that. So again, I want to congratulate you on getting involved in research and being at a point that you can share with us the outcomes. We're very excited about this and we look forward to seeing you. As I said earlier, please remember to invite friends and family to either join remotely or come in person to the poster presentations. Our resource page should answer all of your questions, but if there's still something that we have not addressed, please feel free to reach out to us at ugr@ucr.edu. And again, thank you, and I look forward to seeing you at the symposium.